Deebo Samuel has a monster game, 100 yards and a touchdown, used as an RB. Jordan Mason goes down with an injury, returns to the game, appears to be okay, steps back out of the game. Not sure what to make of his shoulder injury. If I had to guess, I'd say it's an AC joint sprain, some sort of minor injury that will keep him questionable, all week long and keep people guessing. But Isaac Guerendo, not trusted by Shanahan in the early part of the game when Mason went down, or mid part of the game, midway through. And all of a sudden in the fourth quarter, with the game not really on the line, but closing the game out, trying to silence the Seahawks, hands the ball to Mr. Isaac Guerendo, the must cuff for all Jordan Mason owners. He rips off this 76-yard run that you can see right here on this box score right here. 76-yard scamper, 10 carries, 9.9 a pop, 99 yards. Who knows what to make of it walking into, the upcoming week, because we've got CMC reports ramping up for potentially, returning in the next couple of weeks. What's that mean? Is CMC cooked? I think the odds of CMC returning to his old self, even for multiple games in a row, is slim to none. But we have to have the conversation. We have to value these guys, give the valuation of Mason injured, knowing what we know right now going forward. Guerendo, knowing what we know now going forward. And Christian McCaffrey, all the speculation and guesswork that we've got to put into his valuation going forward. We need to talk about all of that. Rachaad White looking very doubtful for week number 6, which means Bucky Irving season might be here again. We thought it was going to hit us last week. It didn't, but it might be here finally. We also have Alvin Kamara looking likely. We got more news. We'll go over all that news and more. The Fantasy Football Show, Thursday Night Football Week 6 Seahawks Niners recap show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
For all the people saying DK Metcalf failed to launch, I see your comments. DK Metcalf, what a bum. DK Metcalf had a monster, 60-plus yard touchdown callback. That was not his fault. DK Metcalf had another touchdown where his foot was barely, I'm talking like a blade of grass out of bounds, and you can put that on him. He should have had his foot in bounds. He was draped, defender draped all over him, but still, you can put that on him. But he was literally 100 yards and 2 touchdown, like inches away from a 2 touchdown 100-yard game. And we got people in here acting like he's trash. And 49ers own DK, no jolts. You couldn't be further from the truth, because DK literally just worked this team over. And you're a blade of grass away from a touchdown, 1 touchdown in the first half. And you're literally a offensive lineman mistake away from getting torched for a 60-something plus yard bomb. So, Jolts, you couldn't be further from the truth with that comment. You got to be out of, you got to be crazy on that one, bro. All right, let's break it all down. Hilarious commentary, hilarious Thursday evening quarterbacking by a lot of people already. Not worried about DK at all. No, you shouldn't be. Nobody should be. If you're worried about DK Metcalf after that game, you don't either know football or you didn't watch the game. One of the two had to be taking place in that situation. Good God. It's so weird. It's weird that people have reactions like this. It's weird. Christian McCaffrey ramping up according to this report that broke kind of right when the game was going on. Albert Breer from Sports Illustrated says that the Christian McCaffrey Achilles injured reserve feels good and has begun ramping up his football activities. So we'll see what this means walking into the coming week. Much of Shanahan and how he operates is contingent upon what he needs and what he needs now. And Christian McCaffrey's mindset will be play as soon as you need me. Put me in, I'll sacrifice my body. So if Shanahan wants this to happen, if he wants McCaffrey back sooner, McCaffrey will partake in that because that's his mentality. Problem is, coaches got to protect their players. And even though we loved watching Deebo Samuel get a boatload of carries in this game, let me go back over to that real quickly and we'll look at the game log here. Deebo Samuel got 4 totes. It looked like it felt like he got 25 carries in this game, but it really ended up being, they called one a couple plays back, I believe. He got 4 carries for 15 yards. It seemed like a whole bunch more. Deebo had 3 catches for 102 and a touchdown, absolutely crushing it in this game. But they did turn to Deebo for a lot of carries in this contest, except for Isaac Guerrero. At the end of the day, even though it looked like he was getting turned away from, shunned by Shanahan because he's a rookie, he got the most carries in the game, 10 carries again, that 76-yard rip, which surely earned the respect and trust of Shanahan if something, I think, occurs to where they've got to put, somebody not named Mason or Christian McCaffrey into the lineup. So this is why Mason and Guerrero were a must-cuff, literally, since the beginning of the offseason. It's been Guerrero, Mason, and McCaffrey cuffed together. The trio is required. And as soon as McCaffrey was deemed injured, it was Guerrero and Mason handcuffed. Bunk beds, shoved them together, never separate them. Again, 2 best friends that anybody could have. You can't have one without the other, okay? Plain and simple. But we don't know what's in store for this Niner rushing attack going forward because McCaffrey is going to cloudy up these waters a little bit. And unfortunately, there's no way, not even McCaffrey can tell you. McCaffrey doesn't know. Shanahan doesn't know. So we certainly don't know. We absolutely don't know where this is going to go from here because of Christian McCaffrey. Now, if Mason's good to go, if this was just soreness, it was merely they felt like they were getting it done. They didn't want to risk injury, further injury. Again, they did x-rays, and those obviously came back negative. There's a positive result there. They threw him back in the game, but he took 1 carry, ripped off, I want to say it was like a 10-yard run. It was really nice. It was a hardcore run like Mason only knows how to do. And Mason kind of ran to the sideline. Then on the sideline, he was going like this. He was running in place, and he was going like this. And he was trying to get that shoulder up really high. Just running and do the Mason. Do the Masonite. Do the Masonite. And he couldn't get it where he needed to get it, apparently. I don't know. But my guess is that there is nothing extremely wrong with him. However, x-rays don't tell you, like imaging would tell you if there's some sort of problem that's not bone related. Like if it's muscle tissue related, like you're not going to see that in an x-ray necessarily, right? You can determine certain things by the way swelling occurs when you touch it, the places that it hurts. You of course can try and couple all of that together, the physical exam, the x-ray, but you're going to need imaging to see if there's certain things wrong that could be wrong. But they threw him back in the game. He almost went back in. He did one of these. He didn't just do one of these. He went like this with the shoulder. he got it up there. Like a Super Mario brother. Super jump. One up. I truly think that if I had to guess, he'll just be a question mark for a little while. Day to day. We won't fully know. I don't think he's truly injured. But if he is, Guerrero will get the nod. They'll use Deebo a ton. But I don't know if this is going to urge McCaffrey to get on the field sooner, which I'm telling you is a grave mistake. And if Kyle Shanahan forces him to get on the field any sooner, I just can't stop doing that. It's like a tick now that I have. DK, look at this poor comment here. Come on, bro. DK, what? I'm a box. I got a song for you, Trone. Trone4 says DK's washed. Trone, I know you're at work right now. You couldn't watch the game. You pulled up the box score. I've got a song for you, Trone. DK washed. This one's for you. All right, prepare for take 1. All right, action.
He's a box score, Bobby. He's a little sloppy. Box score, Bobby.
Or drone.
He's so sloppy.
Drone first.
Bobby.
Drone first. DK's washed. I don't think so. Imagine coming in here and saying DK's washed when he just worked the Niners over for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns that all kind of got called back or reversed. Literally worked the Niners into the ground. Worked the Niners. DK owns the Niners now. I don't care what the box score says. DK ran that game, and he had the worst luck you could ever have possible. Touchdown, blade of grass, out of bounds. That one's on him, but was it? Or was that pass interference? They were draping all over DK. Give me a break. DK Metcalf, 60-plus yard touchdown reception. Offensive lineman had to step on rain on that parade. DK was absolutely a monster. Absolutely a monster. You're going to come in here and say DK's washed? Bro, watch a game or two. You can't know ball, or you just don't watch the games, which is fine. Just admit it. I'm at work. I'm at work, boy. I can't watch it, Smitty. I'm at work. I can't. I just looked at the box score. I'm sorry. I didn't see the game. Just let us know. Be honest about it. That's all. We'll know more about Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, he's not playing this next contest, and if he is, he's rushing it. But hopefully Mason's okay. Make sure Garendo's not available in your league like we've been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks. Alvin Kamara, this is good news, ladies and gentlemen. Alvin Kamara trending in the right direction. Saints practice. He practiced this Thursday today, getting in a limited sesh. So his hip hand not looking like it's going to hold him out of week number 6. So get Kamara in the active lineup, smashing like he does so well. Rashad White, foot downgraded to did not participate for Thursday's practice. Not a good sign. And little birdie's whispering that he's probably trending towards sitting this game, which means that Bucky Irving, who, yes, he failed a lot of people last week. Okay, I get it. I understand. You're upset at Bucky right now. Bucky bucked your team, okay? And you're now looking at this situation going, do I trust it again, Smitty? I feel like Bucky Irving is about to have a Tank Bigsby game. He's just doing it 1 week later. Okay, so that 100-yard total yard game and a likelihood of a touchdown, 0.7 TDs in this game, I predict, meaning he has a very strong shot at a touchdown. Maybe it's not a guarantee, but 0.7. Give him 105 total yards, 4 receptions plus, and 0.7 touchdowns. That's a strong shot at a score. Bucky is maybe going to be your savior. We talked about all this other news. I'm not going to go through all of it, but Bijan Robinson added to the injury report. Hamstring. He played with this last week, so unless he injured something further, he's not only will he not be hampered, he's going to have a big day against the Carolina Panthers. Anthony Richardson, oblique, practiced in full. We got to monitor that. That's crazy. And then the last piece of news that I want to go over, actually 2 of them, is ETN was still anointed his team's starting running back slot, which is what I've talked about on the earlier show, that Tank Bigsby and ETN both equally have and hold win a league potential. That means that Bigsby, top pickup of the week, or at least one of the top pickups, Hunt, Bigsby, and Chase Brown all equally kind of has something to say about being the top pickup of the week. ETN has something to say about this could go back, turn 180 degrees around, and head in the direction of this man being back in the top 10 running backs for go forward fantasy football. I'm not saying it's a lock. I'm just saying his coach, Doug Peterson, says he's the team's number 1 running back. He's been dealing with some injuries. He's still questionable to maybe he'll end up being upgraded to probable for week number 6. But he is absolutely, a potential sleeping giant in fantasy football. And if you can get him thrown into a trade as if he's dog water because his owner is giving up on him, then I would grab him because he could win a league. And the last piece of news from earlier that I do want to go over right now is that on the Up and Adams show, on Kate Adams show, the former fullback for the Raiders, coming out and saying that he believes there's a wild card team in the Devante Adams sweepstakes. And when he tried to conceal it, Kay Adams guessed it was the Buffalo Bills, and he stepped back and said, "You're good," or whatever the hell he said, to confirm that Buffalo is probably the dark horse candidate to get as involved, if not maybe more, because of the Jets unraveling inside the coaching room, the pause or the hesitation or the stutter step that's going on in terms of going and getting Adams because of the coaching shakeup and how that's just got to get taken care of first. I think they just slowed everything down, and they said it's going to save us $900,000 to wait a week, and they're going to get a call, hey, we got another offer, New York, do you want to go ahead, and I know you're going through a lot right now over there in New York, but do you want to step back in before we accept this other offer? I think the Jets fully know that nothing's going to get ripped from them. They just might have a bidding war more than they wanted to if they do wait this out as they handle their in-house problems before they go attack something exterior like bringing in Adams and having to worry about the contract, the draft capital. And Bill Belichick went on record saying that no team's going to give up a second rounder unless the Raiders are going to eat a bunch of that $12 million that's owed to Devante Adams if he's traded before this week kicks off. If they wait another week until next week, he'll only cost roughly $11 million. And even then, Bill Belichick and a lot of high-up people that know what in the hell they're talking about when it comes to trading, because they've done the trades themselves. Who knows better than Bill Belichick, who has made these kinds of trades? If he wouldn't take Devante Adams, and he does love wide receivers, even though he refused to trade for them, he loved talking about them, he loves examining them and watching them from across the field. But he talks about this a lot, and he said that he would have to see this team, the receiving party, take less of the salary hit in order to surrender the second. It probably is going to be a third if a lot of the salary is not going to be eaten up by the Raiders, but we'll see. But the Bills getting involved makes it ultra interesting. And then maybe it does come down to a bidding war. But you can most certainly bet that they're going to go to the Jets if something happens and the Bills get actively involved. He also said if you want further information on this to kind of kill some of the excitement, Kay Adams asked Reese, "Hey, is this something that's going to happen like this week?" And he said no. She said, like, days or weeks? He said weeks. So that was kind of a buzzkill, but I think weeks means just like not this week, but probably getting kicked around next week. But it does seem crazy these teams aren't urgently going after Devante Adams before other teams start to be able to afford it, because like I said, every week that goes by, Devante Adams gets $900,000+ cheaper to acquire. So the trade becomes maybe something that's not likely to go down, not doable for some teams. It becomes something that other teams can get involved in. Once this thing gets like $10 million and they can say, hey, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this is kind of in our ballpark. What if you eat $2 million? We take on the 8. We'll give you a 3 conditional to a 2. Like, these things aren't as possible unless that value comes down, that the dollar amount comes down, which it is $900,000 every single week. All right, so that's everything. Now, real quickly to recap on the game, and then we'll get into the super chats and phone calls. We have, again, the box score for the box score Bobbies out there. 3 tutties for Brock Purdy, 255. Nice little game. We had a lot of Brock Purdy questions before the game, and he did feel like an easy, solid, safe play in this one, as I mentioned before the show started. Just a safe play. If you had Brock Purdy, you could count on like 250 and 2 to 3. So he did perform and deliver. He's also been running a decent amount, 19 yards. He usually gets about 15 to 25 rushing yards right now. Isaac Rendo, again, 10 carries, 99 yards, but no more important than that 76-yard scamper where he actually slid. It looked like he was jogging, but he slid at the end of the carry instead of scoring. And then they ended up giving it to Juszczyk, and he scored. So it's like, damn it, you should have scored anyway. Deebo Samuel was a beast. 3 receptions, 102 and 1 tutty. What did I say about Ayuk? They would rotate. And everybody would come in here saying, oh, Ayuk's back, 150-plus yards, whatever the hell it was, 140-plus. He's such a monster. He's back. I liked Ayuk, buying low at the right price, walking into that 140-plus yard game. But also walking into this game, we cautioned that this could be a rotation. And that goes for Debo. Debo might have 55 yards and 4 catches and 20 yards rushing next week. And Ayuk has 70 and a touch, 80 and a touch. It could rotate. Juwan Jennings is back to his, mediocre self after, almost a 1-week wonder, which everyone thought he had risen into stardom. But George Kittle was a beast. 5 for 58 and 2 tutties. George was doing George-type things in this contest. JSN 5 for 53. Lockett 4 for 65 and a touch. Kenneth Walker 32 yards on the ground. 1 touchdown on the ground. So decent day for Walker, especially in PPR where you consider he had 8 receptions for 37 yards. Like, that's amazing. That's 12 points right there. That's 12 points in PPR roughly. And you give him a 20-plus point game depending on your scoring. He had a pretty nice day. DK Metcalf torched the Niners. Let me repeat that for those that keep suggesting otherwise. DK Metcalf torched the Niners for 2 touchdowns, both of which did not count. 3 for 48, would have had 102 touchdowns, one of which you could blame slightly on him because his toe was touching barely the white chalk. And if he had white shoes, you would not have known. This is Patrick Mahomes' advice coming out of that last game. Had you wore white shoes, you would have been okay. Who says they're just going to drop Mason? Go ahead. I'm going to drop DK. I'm going to drop Mason. I'm a knee-jerk Ned. I'm just going to drop anybody that doesn't do good. I already dropped Tank Dell last week. DK Metcalf, let people panic. Buy low. Buy low seasons in full effect. That's the box score for the box score bobbies, those that didn't watch the game. Super Chats, $20 haulers will get immediate attention. Let's get right to it. Gibby and Pickens for Breece Hall and Devante Smith. I'm going to take Breece Hall and Devante Smith by quite a bit, bro. Like, I love Gibbs. I love Gibby, but no way, bro. Gibbs is amazing, but Breece Hall and Devante Smith. Devante Smith has had his bye week already. That's an easy call. Mason stole my kidneys. He was looking great too. It was tough, bro. It was tough to watch because Mason started off the game hot. I mean, he was ripping them. He looked fantastic, and then he got injured, walked off the field, went to the locker room. They did x-rays. X-rays came back solid. He got back into the game, ripped off a 10-ish, 10 to 12-ish, maybe 8 to 12-ish. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't remember. But it was a rip, bro. It was a nice rip to the right side of the field. Took a big hit, dragged the defender, went to the ground, got up, went to the sideline. That's when he did this. He did, and I don't know, maybe it didn't. It just didn't work. I don't know. Maybe when he went like that, he just said, no, I can't do it. I don't know. But he didn't go back into the game. Garendo went in. Garendo came out. They're rotating everybody. Debo was in there. The other running back, Taylor, or whatever his name was, Taylor was in there. And they just rotated. Taylor Jr. is the other guy, number 32. 5 carries. Looked like he got more work than that. Caught 1 pass for 12 yards. Carried the ball 5 times. It felt like he ran the ball 47 times just because you're noticing that Garendo's not getting him, and you're like, what in the hell? So, anyway, Garendo getting 10 totes was nice. Definitely proved he's the backup if anything should go awry here with the news walking out of this Mason injury. We'll find out. JD5, AR5, JJ, Nabers, Amon-Ra, Rice, Ladd. Trade my Waddle and Pittman for Ladd. Or Ladd. Okay, so Pittman or Ladd. I'd trade... Pittman's out for 4 weeks, going on IR probably, bro. So I'd definitely trade Pittman. So trading Wandell and Pittman for Bigsby and Adunze, that's a smash. That's easy. That's child's play. That's cakewalk, bro. Bro, we need to have a real conversation about Ayuk. I always tell you what's going on, bro. You don't even need to have a conversation. because the guy's going to be hit and miss. He's a head case. He did get back into rhythm last week, but as I said after that game, you maybe want to sell high. All week we've been talking about putting Ayuk into trade packages because he'll probably be up and down and erratic. Garrett Wilson for Ayuk. I'd rather have Garrett Wilson at this point. Ayuk is not bad. He's not a throw-in. He's not garbage, but he's certainly not going to be as consistent as you want him to be. He'll probably be like Garrett Wilson, but I'd rather have Garrett Wilson with Hackett now removed from play calling. I have hope that Garrett Wilson can shake free some of the inconsistency that feels like it's now tied to Brandon Ayuk. And not because of Purdy or necessarily play calling, but because of a very, very saturated situation. Trade Olave and Kraft for Debo. I'd rather have Debo. Look at Debo tonight, bro. Debo was on fire. He's running the ball. Hey, Smitty, thanks for all your advice. 5-0, 16-man PPR, 1 QB, 16's rough, bro. Kyler, Kamara, Mostert, Wright, Bucky. Bucky's about to get a start. Tank, Bigsby, nice job. Number 1 waiver. Oh, no, Tank number 1. What is this number 1? I don't know what that is. JJ, DK, Lad, Tank. Okay, so your question, what's your question? I don't know what this number 1 and number 2 is, though, bro. Does anybody know what he's saying? I don't know what he's saying. Make moves. I don't know what this number 1. Okay, so anyway, JJ, DK, Lad, Kyler, Kamara. This is a good squad. If I'm making any trades, I don't know that I am making any trades. I would say, God, what do you do? You almost have to stand pat. Bro, it's a 16-man league. You know, like, this is a good team for a 16-man league. Like, we got to remember, like, if you could take JJ and turn him into Hill and a player, and I don't want to say ETN's enough because you have Tank Bigsby, but, like, I'm interested in Tank Bigsby. I'm sorry, I'm interested in ETN. I don't know if you can maybe even trade, like, let Bucky go nuts this week. And if ETN's still banged up and sharing carries, it might be something you look to maybe do, swap those two. You could even do it in advance. As much as I love Bucky this week, Bucky's going to have a day. I think it's smart for you in a 16-team league with Kamara already locked down but injury-prone to have ETN and Tank Bigsby. I would look to explore that off of the new news today that Rachaad White might sit this game and Bucky's going to start. So dig into that. Past that, I'm going to tell you to stand down because it's a 16-team league, and you have a very good team for a 16-team league. Just maybe go after Hill and a running back. You know, like, if you can get Hill and a running back or MHJ and a running back, and that running back be extremely solid, I would consider trading JJ. But I'd want it to be St. Brown. I'd want it to be Tyreek Hill. I'd want it to be somebody in that territory of player, or I'm not doing it. Kyron or Pollard and Brian Thomas Jr. I'm sorry. I like Brian Thomas Jr., but he's not close to Kyron Williams, who would be number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall if drafting today, bro. So this is not even close. This show is fuego. Thank you, pal. What I think of London and Mason for Chase now. I think now you got to love the Jamar Chase side. You know, because you don't know what's in store for Mason being banged up, but that's the nature of it. Rockout says 57 points with Purdy. I love that you started Purdy, Rockout. I love that you started Purdy, Rockout.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's my boy, starting off hot. Purdy, K9 Myers. This better be my week, says Rockout. I hope you don't face like the highest scoring team and get smoked somehow. Rock out. You're going to do it this week. Trade Wandell and Hunt for Hall and Olave, or Hall and BT. First of all, Hall and BT is better than Hall and Olave. Let's just put that out there. Second of all, I don't know what world you think you're trading Wandell and Hunt for any of those combos anyway. Like, how do you get just Hall? How are you getting like, are you concocting this trade? Because I can tell you right now, just like Jerry Maguire up late at night writing the memo, it sounded like a good idea. You send this out to the general population, it's going to get reposted on your league message board. Like, you want to see the offer? He said, if this is an actual trade talk that you can execute upon, I quit my job. I come work for you, Chloe. Because how the hell are you going to turn Wandell and Hunt into Hall alone? And you're debating Olave or BT on top of that? How the hell is this happening? This is one of the worst offers I've ever seen.
You are offer sucks. Your trade offer sucks.
Unreal. Trade MHJ and Irving for Moore and Hill. I would take DJ Moore and Hill for right now. But I'll tell you what, Bucky might make this a tough thing after this week. We'll see. Lockett, stop being a thorn in JSN's side. I agree. And Lockett never gets hit. I mean, he got hit a couple times tonight, but like he went down getting hit. He was trying to get out of it. Trade Wandell. Oh, that was that one. Chloe, that was a crazy trade. Mondre Downs for ETN. I take ETN, especially with Downs being injured right now. Ramondre, like, kind of losing his job. I don't know. Trade offer B-Rob, Marv for Kamara and Deontay. I would take... Damn, that's really tough. I'll probably take B-Rob and Marv. And I was about to say the other direction, and then I just switched it. That's how close it is. I need ETN to rest another game. He might, broski. You got 2 more super chats from Stun and from Jermaine. Appreciate you guys dropping your super chats on screen. I'm 3-2 and in a 12-man league, full PPR. I need to start. We got a gifted membership from Wheel Snipe Sully, aka City, doing it live, dropping it like it's hot. What a monster. Let me turn on my notifications so we can see those gifted memberships come through going forward. I'm sorry about that. 3-2 in a 12-man league. I need to start 3 at wide receiver 1, 2, and flex. So Godwin, McLaurin, you lock them. No, you don't. What are you doing here? You got to make a trade, bro. Yeah, you got to make a trade. How do you... Monty and MHJ and probably McLaurin or Godwin. I'm not even telling you to sit McLaurin or Godwin. You have to kind of make a trade, bro. Like Godwin and Chase Brown for one player. Upgrade your QB using Chase Brown, Godwin, or McLaurin. You know, go get Laporta for your mediocre tight end using one of those players. But sitting on that every week, we're going to get it wrong together. Even the audience together. Ask the Audience is one of the most powerful tools I can give any super chatter when I poll the audience. And we're going to get it wrong together 50% of the time. Skywalker season, got the tutty and had 8 catches. Man continues to get targets and looks in the receiving game while getting damn near every carry. And they said, the coaching staff said that he was going to give Walker more touches, and he certainly did. It was a tough matchup, but Walker did his job, and he'll continue to be a top 10 running back play.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber swinging Skywalker.
We got 2 super chats here. Appreciate you for dropping that, my guy. And Francisco is upset at me. Let's see what Francisco. I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna have my assistant read your message. Let's go ahead and read it right here.
Francisco Casco, don't listen to SMITTTHES going to tell you to start midget tank del he won't crack 10 PPR watch.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Francisco. There's no need, if this show is not for you, no one is forcing you to be here, Francisco. Nobody. There's no roll call here. You don't need to be here. I find it so funny that the hatred some people have for this show and for myself, just coming in here and talking football, making for a fun, creative environment to have a blast, even if things are going well, going wrong, and you have such hate in your heart and disdain for a show like this, because I don't know why. You know, what's the driving force behind it? You probably can guess, but it's like, you know, and the hatred for Tank Dell is even more offensive. So We'll send you on a lap. You don't have to be here anymore. So there's that. You don't have to feel bad anymore about coming and watching my show. I release you from that obligation. And go get me a coffee. Okay. Manny, I got Bucky, Bigsby, Chase Brown, and Allen start 1. We're going to go Bigsby for safety, Chase Brown for high upside, high risk. Manny, it's close. And even Irving's going to get in the mix here in the same vein of Bucky. It's like high. I don't know. It's maybe he's a little higher risk than Bucky. Bucky's the safe play. But if ETN's full go or something, maybe we rehab this conversation. Chase Brown's probably remains the highest upside of the 3 with the highest risk level. My Henry for ETN and Brian Robinson Jr. No way I'm trading Henry at that value, bro. Henry's got so much more value than that. So much more. Smitty, if Nabers out, who should I start? 80 Mitchell or Slayton? I disrespected Slayton last week. And I said, Slayton. But I'm going 80. I'm going to go 80 Mitchell. I like 80 Mitchell just a little bit more. And I think with Downs banged up, especially if Downs sits, then 80 Mitchell for me. I think he gets free for a long touchdown. Trade Garendo. I have K9, JJ, and a bunch of backups. Bro, I mean, sure. If you can get rid of Garendo in a cloudy environment, he's a must cuff for Mason and Christian McCaffrey owners. But is he somebody that I would worry about you, holding on to when you can get something? But you're going to have to come to me with more details than that. Like, you're not just going to be able to trade him for like a Tank Dell or Worthy, bro, or upgrade your QB, but go to the Mason owner and see what kind of 2 for 2 you can do. 3 and 2 might be 3 and 3. Mahomes, Kyron, Achane. Okay, well, you got 2 bye weeks 3 bye weeks right there. Your tripod's on a bye. Your Mahomes, Kyron, Achane tripod is missing this week. So, yeah, I don't blame you for thinking you could lose. But Kupp is not back yet. He's on a bye. Garrett Wilson, Dell, St. Brown. Maybe those 3 carry you, my guy. And Bigsby. Tracy, this might not be that bad after all. Gino was your downfall this week probably, right? So that's why you're worried. But that's not bad, bro. A team's going to be good once it gets back. I wouldn't touch a thing, bro. Let your team be 3 and 3. You're coming for everybody. And let me give you a little pep talk real quick, pal. Maybe if you were to get the highest seeded team spot in the playoffs, maybe you lose because the matchup is just one of those horrible timing matchups where the worst team has everybody fire off. Let the seeding take care of itself. Don't ever try and manipulate seeding. Don't ever take a dive to have a better seed. It'll always backfire. And as long as you make the playoffs, bro, who gives a crap? Your team's going to be firing on all cylinders. Don't let your record scare you. You will make the playoffs with that team. First place traded Godwin, Ford, and Reek for Reek. Godwin and Ford for Reek. I do that every time. Barkley, Mason, St. Brown, Reek. Devontae Smith, Kupp, love it. Don't change it. Don't move anything unless you're taking, let's say, a Devontae Smith and Brooks and upgrading it. Chase Brown and Brooks and Devontae Smith upgrading it. Hunt and Brooks, go get that extra player, that MHJ. Go turn potentially, let's see, Mason. Actually, I do make some moves. Mason and Brooks, Devontae Smith and Brooks, and then you got one of these other guys to pop in there. Devontae Smith and Brooks for an upgrade. You're going and trying to get Breece Hall. Obviously, you're going to try and get Lamb. Mason's got to be healthy, though. You got to come out of this game with Mason being healthy and deemed ready to go. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make that move. But I'm certainly trying to use that Mason and something piece and upgrade it into something. Rattler to rattle open Olave Kingdom Cage. Maybe, bro. Maybe. I hope so. Rattler's been a big supporter of Rattler on this channel, especially from a super flex cuffing or stashing perspective, pardon me. And he's getting his shot, baby. Trade my Wandell and Pittman for Chase Brown straight up. Do it live. Probably one of the easiest questions. Or for Bigsby or Bucky and a Dunze. I think I'd probably take Chase Brown. But it's a really, really close call, my boy. Really close call. Also got Burrow, Chase, Higgins, and Dell, and DJ 2 and 3. Okay, make sure if you have another question, include it in the question. I'm already so long gone from your super chat, but I don't think that changed anything anyway. But yeah, I got you. 2 separate trades. Everybody ask, even if I miss your super chat and you say, Smitty, you missed my super chat, make sure you put in the question what you're talking about. 10 gifted memberships from who? Who dropped 10? Who dropped 10? Oh, 20. New Age Outlaws dropped 20 gifted memberships.
Let him cook.
New Age doing it live. Look at all these. Thank New Age if you got one, okay? 2 separate trades, but my Garrett Wilson, Godwin, and Chase Brown and MHJ for AJB, Hill, Eckler, Charbonnet. Garrett Wilson, Godwin, Chase Brown, MHJ. That's tough, bro. That's a lot. Godwin, Garrett Wilson, MHJ for AJB and Hill. I'd almost say, as much as you're giving up a lot, I'm going to say give me the AJB Hill side. But that's tough. You're giving up an extra player, but I still do it. I might give up too much, but it's hard to pass up having Hall. Yeah, the thing is, though, that bye-week free A.J. Brown is crazy valuable. I don't mind that trade, bro. Should I trade Evans and Worthy for Hill? I would trade Evans and Worthy for Hill. Yes, I probably would. You know what? Yes. At 4-1, waiting on Tua, I take that gamble, but you're not crazy to go either way. Should I try and send Ayuk and Mixon for MHJ? I would. I think it's, pros and cons, and Mixon bounces back, stays healthy, but Slayton, Dell, Wandell, or Wicks, I'm probably going Dell, baby. Dell season. Dell season's kicking off right now, as is gifted membership season, because look at Outlaw dropping 20 gifted memberships. 12-team, Daniels, Henry, Achane, Cup, Worthy, Juju, Laporta, Kraft, Adunze, Wicks, Bigsby, Watson, Sermon, Ray Davis, any moves. Jaden Daniels, Henry, Achane, Cup, Worthy, Juju, Laporta. I love that. I'm trading Kraft and maybe Bigsby to upgrade that Juju spot. So it's like Kraft and Bigsby, even Juju, whatever. Try and buy MHJ on the cheap. Let me grab some wide receiver names to throw at you real quickly, just by taking a gander at what is the ADP going forward if drafting today, because I have that data because of Underdog having Underdog's resurrection draft that's from week 6 through 17 only. So everybody that drafted in that draft, which I have the ADP data for, and there's the link if you want to participate. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. They'll match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000. Play it. I go play. Underdog is so fun. More skin in the game, or if your season's in the crapper. Either way. But that data tells me that you could probably, with Kraft, or honestly, I'd trade Laporta and keep Kraft if it got me more. But I think everything's perfect except for this Juju spot. So if you could trade one of the tight ends with Bigsby, who's a nice sell high right now, I think you could try for Hill. Probably wouldn't get it. You could try for Reed. I don't think that's crazy. London's probably out right now. Maybe Mike Evans. I doubt it, but you could try. Deebo Samuel's now off the table. Garrett Wilson, maybe. How about Cooper Kupp on the bye week? Sure. How about Puka Nacua? How about Kraft for Puka Nacua? Charlie? And, you run out of BT. You try for BT. You probably won't get it. Olave, maybe Olave, because Olave's getting Rattler to throw him the ball now. Give Cup, Pollard, receive AJB Jacobs. AJB Jacobs by a ton. I love Cup, bro, but AJB's bye week free. He's back. Cup is not back yet, but should be. Jacobs is a nice additive that you could maybe even couple with something and make a bigger trade later. That's an easy call, my guy. It's almost like you're getting Jacobs for free. Fane dropping a super. Appreciate Fane coming in strong. 2 and 3 PPR. Trade Burrow to the Chase owner for AR5 and BT. Trade Burrow to the Chase owner for AR5 and BT. I have Burrow. Trade Burrow to the Chase owner. You have Burrow. Okay, who's your quarterback then? Who's his quarterback? Bro, AR5's not guaranteed nothing. So you need a QB. I'm not saying I don't like the idea, but who's your other quarterback? I don't see one. So I can't Smitty approve this, Fane, unless I know what in the hell's going on, because you don't know. You don't know, bro. You don't know. All right, so we got a whole lot going on right now. As mentioned, there's a whole lot of news. The Buffalo Bill potential situation brewing. The potential landing spot for Devante Adams. Maybe Buffalo now. A real dark horse spot right now. Smitty, you cooked with Garendo. Will Mason be okay? Looking forward. I don't know. I haven't cooked with Garendo yet. Like, Garendo looked fantastic. But will Shanahan put him in if the time is right? Maybe. Fane, if AR5 is your QB, I need to know who your backup plan is, because he may not start. So you can't have that as your only QB option. But BT's worth giving up Burrow if you had a good QB backup plan for sure. 3-2, 14-team league. Kyler, Brees, K9, AJB, Olave, Evans, Pickens, Mooney, Kraft, bench Ford, Slayton. Was offered Cup and Pollard for AJB. I'm going to say no, because AJB is bye week free. You're kind of in a good position, but you're not guaranteed a playoff spot. AJB's already at his bye. He's back. I'm going to keep AJB here. Cup is older, could get hurt. Pollard doesn't move the needle for me much at all. I'm going to say no-ski on that one, broski. And I'd be tempted to go in a different direction. John with a super chat, blank, but that's okay, John. I still love you anyway, pal. Thanks for dropping the $1 holler, you monster. You monster, you. Adams. Yeah, I know there's a lot of rumors about... You're a little late to the party about the Buffalo Bills situation, pal. But yeah, some are saying he followed... Adams followed Josh Allen. Adams trolls a lot, too. And I don't even know if he was already following Josh Allen. People are reporting that, but show me where he wasn't, and then show me where he was. And maybe it's photoshopped, but definitely already kick-started that conversation. That came from the earlier show. Check out the last show where we talk about Buffalo. Yeah, I've already said this, Casey, that if Garendo ever got in the lineup, I'd have to create a new adjusted animation that then transfers Garendo's head. So that's coming. If it is time for that, I will do that. I can pick up T-Law, Herbert, Nix, Daniel Jones, A-Rod. Okay. Guys, in this situation where this guy's got no QB but AR5, would you trade Joe Burrow for BT and AR5, who would be your starter, but he can pick up one of these QBs? And if the answer is yes, type yes and the QB you want him to pick up. No, and then you don't need to list a QB. Please, everybody come to bat for Fane right now. Drop super chats on a regular basis. Let's help him out. So no, and that's all you write, or yes, comma, or colon, or period, and then list the QB of these guys that you want Fane to grab. Let's help Fane out. Brian, pick one to keep: Cooper, Amari Cooper, Kirk, or Pittman and Coleman. Amari Cooper by a mile. Come on. You know, I get that we're talking about, you know, an upsetting environment for him to live in, but let's not get cute here. A TM42 traded JSN and Devante for ETN. I'm fine with that. Bro. I'm really into trading for ETN right now. And if it backfires, it backfires. But it feels like a league-winning move, as does picking up Bigsby. Two things at the same time. Like Sesame Street told you when you're a kid, it's okay to feel two things at the same time. And Bigsby, I'm excited about. ETN, I'm excited about. And I'm even excited about them compartmentalized in different situations, solo style. They don't have to be in bunk beds. Patty and Puka for Achan. I'd rather have Achan if you have, well, it depends on your quarterback situation, Max. I need to know. You know, Patty Mahomes and Puka over Achane. I mean, I can't get behind that if your quarterback's garbage after. We got a no. Brian Thomas all day, but you didn't list the QB. Yes, Danny Dimes. Yes, Daniel Jones. Yes, Daniel Jones. No. Too many no's, bro. The chat is against it. John, thanks again for the super chat, my guy. John to the moon. And then Tyler dropped Deontay for Pickens. I probably would, but I'm not super excited about either one. They're both kind of disappointment prone. You know what I'm saying? Like, those guys are not there to make you happy. Yeah, Ray Davis season might be in full effect. We'll find out the news. We talked about that on the 8 p.m. show, which we really started at 7 p.m. today, or 7:30 p.m. That James Cook is questionable for this week, so Ray Davis needs to be grabbed. Even moved him up on the waiver wire quite a bit. And Garendo definitely needs to move up again and be probably in this territory, maybe even higher. Who knows? Davis needs to be up there. And I know that a lot of the waivers are processed, or all waivers are processed for everybody. But that waiver order is still there to be, is still there to be utilized, because you still got to add drops. And when you say, who should I pick up? I can still reference this board all week. No show does it like this. No show. They do a 1 week waiver show. We do waiver wire every show. Tank Dell to start over guys like Najee Harris and Brian Thomas Jr. at flex. Well, Tank Dell to start over guys like, over Najee, over Brian Thomas Jr., no. But you start Tank Dell over Najee. Who's Najee? Najee Harris? Who is that? Who's that guy? Got rid of Flowers and Chuba for London and Adams. That's a smash, bro. Not that Chuba is, something to balk over, but I mean, you're getting two ballers right there, bro. Matt says BT against the Bears. Look, you can play matchups if you want, or you can start studs. Like you're gonna let's say this, like sitting BT is gonna burn you 8 or 9 times out of 10 in general. Sitting BT against a good D might burn you 7 times out of 10. Like the odds of BT not having the biggest game in the world goes up playing a good defense, but he's still nowhere near the point where you sit him. He's turning into a monster before your very eyes. Should I do Laporta or Kraft for ETN? I have Bigsby. Don't trade Laporta. Laporta's third-round draft pick for you. I'm not saying he deserved to be, but he's still got the potential to be the number 1 tight end. Trade Kraft. And yes, I would take ETN in a heartbeat in your situation, having Laporta buy. Think about it too. Laporta's bye week free, bro. Like you don't even necessarily need a backup tight end right now. You just take Laporta, you're good. Trade Kraft, do it. Give up another little piece if you need to keep Laporta. Just showing love, bro. Thanks for the show. I appreciate you, World, for just giving me a $2 hauler and not even selfishly asking not that it's selfish to ask a question, but I just mean like what a selfless man this guy is. Everybody is. Anybody asking a question and super chatting. Anybody just liking the video. Okay, let's see here. We're going to open phone lines. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
All right, hit me with your questions. Let me see if the phone line is even working. Hold on, I might have to open the phone line. Well, Bill says he doesn't like my videos. He says he loves the video.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All right. I know. Look, I know a couple of you are trying to I don't know. I just hung up on somebody on accident. 513, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Holy Smitty, great talking to you, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from, bro?
Elijah, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, turn down the show in the background if you could. Yeah, because all I hear is myself screaming.
Sorry about that. All right, so I started Mason tonight. Tough.
Yeah.
Well. As you know, I'm in a double X league. But Gino, is okay. I'm struggling with Olave here. I don't know if I start him or if I start Tank Bigby in my third place.
Olave or Tank? That's a tough one, broski.
I could get everything too. He's on waivers. It's a 14-team league, double flex.
Yeah. So Olave is at home, right? Yeah, Tampa Bay, man. Olave or I'm sorry, what were the options? Olave and who?
Tank and Bucky.
Tank and Bucky. If Tank Bigsby's the lone starter, if ETN sits, which is not extremely likely, but it's possible, then that would make me move in the direction of Tank because of volume. But I think you got to go Olave.
I know, right? Especially with Spencer's comments on, where's the sudden and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, we don't look. Spencer could go out. Rattler could go out and just lay a total egg. But I kind of like him, bro. I kind of like him. Bears D at home. It's tough to say. Oh no, that's the overseas game, right?
Yeah.
That's overseas. Damn it.
The Bears, yeah.
Yeah, the Bears. That's the overseas game. Yeah, even more so why I avoid it then. I don't know. I definitely feel like if in fact ETN is out, then I would go ahead and start Tank Bigsby solo. But if not, I'm starting Olave. Yeah, that's my final answer.
All right, thanks, man. Great to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Gotcha.
Good job, bro.
Yeah, call in anytime. Later.
All right, man.
This is a 530 caller. What is your name, 530, and where are you calling from?
My name's Kyle. I'm calling from California.
Kyle from California. I assume you're a Niner fan, Kyle.
No, I'm actually a Raiders fan.
Oh, I'm sorry. What can I do for you, bro?
Yeah, I know. Okay, kind of a random question here. Looking at my flex spot, I kind of want to do a trade. Would you rather do J-Mo and go get Tank Dell, or trade J-Mo or Josh Downs for a Calvin Ridley this week?
Josh Downs is not likely to play at this moment, or he's at least questionable to play. I don't want Ridley at all. Ridley's been a complete bust. And the first one was who? It was what?
J-Mo for Tank Dell.
I mean, I like J-Mo. He's bye-week free about as much as I like Tank Dell for the long term, but I like Tank Dell in the next month kind of a lot more. But they're very, very good players. Nico comes back, and Tank Dell and J-Mo have very similar values. Not to suggest that Tank Dell doesn't have enormous value. J-Mo is a baller, but you're definitely looking at a very similar situation. Very similar situation. But
so
I'd
rather
Tank Dell. Tank Dell is the number one. I mean, Diggs is obviously going to have something to say about that, but I think Tank Dell's the number one wide receiver this week for Stroud. I think like I keep saying, Stroud essentially is breaking his right arm, and he's having to learn to throw with his left. And as soon as Nico comes back and he can use his right arm again, now he's better for it. And the whole offense is going to be just well-oiled, and he's going to continue to use both Nico and Dell. Even if Nico does continue to be the number one, which I think probably is the smart, the likelihood is very much in that direction, because Nico is he's just a beast, man. But I love Tank Dell. If Nico wasn't on the roster, Tank Dell would be at least a low-end wide receiver 1. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it all unfold. A lot of the Tank Dell haters are not going away, and that's fine.
Yeah, I'll definitely send that trade out. And I only brought up Calvin Ridley because I just like his matchup a lot this week. The coach said he wants to get him more targets. So
I know, but let's see it happen. And even if it happened, I don't know that I'm just gonna wait to see it before I believe it. Multiple times. I don't know. All right, later, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, love the show.
Yeah, later. Travis, you're live. Travis, is the whole phone line jacked up again, or is it just one or two callers?
I think it's. Hold on, let me double check.
I think it's
Hold on, let me just see what I sound like.
Yeah, I have a couple people saying that the phone sounds kind of
No,
wonky.
I think you're good now.
Okay.
It was weird. Me and like 4 other callers got hung up on, and we all got like tossed over into a separate conversation somehow. I don't know how it happened, and I think it cleared up after that.
Okay.
I think you're good. I'll keep an ear out and try to see.
How about now, guys? Can you guys hear Travis pretty well? I mean, he sounds a little muffled, but I think that's just the phone itself. Let me see if anybody can give me any feedback on that. Give me some feedback, people. Everyone says you're fine, I think. Okay. Travis, what can I do for you?
So it seems like, am I wrong, or does it seem like getting a top? Obviously, I know there's only 10 top 10 running backs, but it's top 10 type running back is difficult this year. There's few and far between. Because I guess my question is like, are you willing to trade off depth at running back to go and get like a wide receiver 2, or it probably just case by case, right? Depends on the player.
Yeah, with me, it's more about like if I have no RBs and I have JJ, I'm not winning a championship if I have literally no RBs. And let's say I have JJ, I have DK, and I've got Nabers, and I've got let's say I've got JD5, and I even have Laporta, but I have literally Tank Bigsby. I had CMC alone or something like. Let's just say I'm left with Tank Bigsby and running backs like that, Bucky Irving, and I'm definitely trading JJ because I'm not winning a championship with that team. I'm just not going to go consecutive games knocking people off. I could win any game at any moment if my running backs pop off. So it's all case by case. But what I would definitely do, 100% do, is shop JJ, or if I had Jamar Chase, I shop Jamar Chase. And the same thing goes for RB. Like if I had Barkley and I couldn't win, I had no wide receivers. There's no player that I would say you can't trade them. Like those are knee-jerk Neds in the live chat when you see somebody says, did he just recommend trading Barkley? You can't trade Barkley. It depends. Can you win with Barkley? If you've got 1 win, clearly you can't. If you've got 2 wins, clearly you can't. So in the case of having no RBs, I would trade JJ and I would just go straight for Achane, go straight for Bijan, go straight for Breece Hall, which you may or may not get a ton back with Breece Hall. But by going to those players and targeting them as the anchor of the trade, JT, even though he's injured, James Cook, even though he's injured, Achane specifically, every one of those players commands a different counterpart in the one player you're trading away JJ for the 2. And it's just I'm always going to look to do that, because if the trade betters my team, I could care less who I'm trading. I could care less if I'm trading JD5 if I'm bettering my team. If I'm trading JD5 for Mahomes and everyone's like, we didn't do it. But I'm getting a Tyreek Hill and I had no wide receivers, it is a good idea to bank on that. If you were not winning with JD5, that's just smart fantasy football. There's nothing personal. It's all business. So yeah, it is case by case. Unfortunately, I have no way to give you blanket advice on that. And to answer your question about RBs, is it hard to trade for an RB, or are you saying is it hard to get an RB1 or to have one?
Conversely, I have a couple of teams where my whole team is pretty deep, but I have a couple of teams where I have Chuba, Chase Brown, guys like that who are like, RB2 types, flex types, and I know Chuba's been better than that, but are you also like, if you're like, I'm 4-1 in 2 different leagues, and I have Chuba, Chase Brown, and Ramondre on these are like 2 or 3 different teams I have, and would you be taking them and going after like the JTs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I definitely would. And JT injured is a very good target.
Okay, because like I just naturally, I know we all have things that we do in fantasy, and I always shy away from injury just because I just don't like to deal with them.
Space Ape, like, you aren't listening. Again, like I deal with this all day long. People just don't. No offense, but you don't know what you're saying. No way you take Mahomes over JD5, Smitty. You didn't hear what I said. You aren't even listening, bro. You aren't even listening to anything I'm saying. You're just typing away like a keyboard warrior, and you don't even understand. You don't understand.
Hear what they want.
What did you think you heard me say? Unbelievable. And not to mention, you're talking to the JD5 train conductor. You don't even get to use JD5's name unless you ask me permission. Unbelievable. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Okay. Last one, and then I'm going to circle around the phone line. Go ahead real quick.
Yeah, just so bottom line, like, so if you're, 4-1 or 5-0, you're not going to let injuries scare you away from going after elite guys, for the most part.
Yeah, it's everything's going to be case by case. Like, give me one example of something right now. A specific example.
Say Chuba and Puka to get JT.
Easily do that.
Chuba and DK to get JT.
That's harder because DK was cooking tonight, and like he would have. If DK left tonight's game with those 2 touchdowns and 100 yards that were all his, then we would be talking about how that's not a good trade. But because he walked out with, under 10 points and he didn't get to the 2 touchdowns, didn't get the 100 yards, now everyone's going to say, yeah, I'd make that trade. That's reactive Rodgers, in a nutshell. And I get it. I get it. It is what it is. I would say that's a little tougher to do, because the fair market value of it all. And Chuba's still good until he's not, and it could be a little while.
Right. He's the one I have trouble putting my thumb on, because I'm not, I guess we all don't know how many more weeks of this do you have,
Yeah.
All right, no, that gives me a good idea.
All right, hang tight. Let me go to the next. Hang tight. Al from New York. What's up, Al?
Hey, Smitty. In the Superflex League, somebody is offering me Mahomes for my BT. My other quarterbacks are Hurts, Cousins, Flacco, Levis.
Yeah, if you've got Hurts already, bro, you've got to trade Mahomes for BT. That's a cakewalk.
I just feel like I should string him along because he's on a bye. And,
no, I don't string him along. If that's what you're suggesting, I get BT now. Well, I mean, it's an easy call. You got Hurts, bro. Hurts is off his bye. You're bye week free. Go forward with Jalen Hurts. Like, this is a no brainer.
Yeah, I'm just a little thin everywhere else because it's a 2-flex. It's a 2-flex league. And,
a 2-flex league, or is it a super flex league?
No, it's a super flex. And
okay, that's a totally different thing. Yeah, you can't trade Mahomes for BT in a super flex. So give me the quarterbacks again. You got Hurts, Mahomes, and who?
I have Hurts, Cousins, Flacco, and Will Levis.
Trade.
He wants.
Trade Cousins in something for BT, but don't trade Mahomes for BT, in my opinion. Not in a super flex.
No. I have BT.
Okay.
And he wants my BT. He wants to give me Mahomes.
Yes,
but
take
I'm
it.
I'm going to be super thin at wide receiver because I have Coleman. That's all. That's my only other receiver is Keon Coleman. And the rest of my bench, I'm just handcuffed like I have Jalen Wright, Mostert, Kylan, Corum, so I have like no wiggle room. So if I like, if I drop BT, I'm gonna have an empty slot.
But bro, in a super flex league, we're talking about Mahomes. I don't care about what people think of Mahomes right now, and you can trust those people if you want. But Mahomes is still an absolute smash in a super flex. People that say to drop him and he's not a top 10 quarterback anymore. I'm not in that wheelhouse, bro, or I'm not in that bucket of people. That's not even in my vocabulary. Like, is he playing like the number 1 overall quarterback? Absolutely not. Would I start JD5 over him? 100%. Is JD5 more valuable than Mahomes? Absolutely. Unlike the people you see in the chat that are trying to act like I'm saying something different. But you can't, it doesn't matter. You got to make the right trade. You can't just, it's like on a draft day, you draft players, not positions. This would be equivalent to you not drafting the right player because you have a position of need and you're drafting that position of need. What I think you could easily do, bro, is trade Kirk Cousins for another player. Go trade Cousins for a wide receiver.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to get Lamb, but the guy wasn't budging. He wanted Hurts for Lamb, but I wasn't budging either.
Yeah. All right, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. Rock out. You're live, Rock out. What's up, my guy?
Yeah, but
hold on a second. Whose background noise is that? Is that Rock out? If it is, it's okay. I just want to make sure we got everybody muted.
Not me.
Okay, whoever has got that loud, they're on the freeway or something, just mute real quick. Okay, go ahead, Rock out. And Jason, thank you for gifting 5 memberships, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, if JT don't play, do you play his backup or Stevenson or Dowdle?
Stevenson, Dowdle, or
JT's backup? All tough matchups.
Yeah. Chat, can we vote on that? Are we going Sermon? Yeah. If he plays, are we going Sermon? Are we going Dowdle, or who's the other one?
Stevenson.
It's so tough.
He's banged up too. He didn't practice today.
Yeah. I guess Dowdle.
Dowdle's the most tough one, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if maybe Stevenson is gonna start and we know it, it'd be different.
Dowdle against Detroit. That's a tough spot too.
I think
with a healthy guy, though.
Yeah, if Sermon's gonna play, maybe we look to that. And there's no other better options on waivers, bro. If not, Dowdle's a safe play, and you just plug Dowdle in, and you leave him in, and then if anything twists your arm, then you make the move. But Dowdle's the only play right now, and he's the smart play right now, and he's getting more work. I don't love him, but he's getting more work.
And out of those 3 running backs.
Yeah,
out of those 3 running backs,
yeah,
who would you play out of those 3 and JMO at my second flex?
I don't understand the question. Out of those 3 and JMO?
Out of the 3 running backs I gave you and JMO, who would you play at flex?
JMO. No hesitation.
JMO.
But check for Ray Davis, bro. That's what Travis was saying in the background, and that's 100%. Maybe the play. Dowdle's probably safer, but that I grab him though. I grab him and hold him in case he gets the bona fide start. If it's cloudy, Ty Johnson's gonna start and Ray Davis will get some work, maybe Dowdle is safer. But if you can even drop your kicker, hold Ray Davis. What?
I said Dowdle got 18 carries last week.
Yeah. All right, hang tight, Rock out. Look at Ray Davis, though. Maybe drop your kicker and hold both of them, and that way, in case he gets the start or something, we're looking at that. All right, hang tight. Jermaine from Jamaica or Florida?
Jamaica.
I assume you're in Jamaica because you're not in Florida right now, right?
Actually, I'm here in Orlando the day after the hurricane.
Okay.
Last night.
Well, prayers up to everybody there.
I'm doing fine.
Okay, good. What can I do for you, bro?
I
I actually sent you that message earlier with the 12-man league that you told me to trade because I had Godwin and McLaurin and Montgomery, Harrison Jr. and Chase Brown, and I needed one wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and flex. You said to get a trade for a quarterback, but the thing is, I have Patty Mahomes and Baker, and tonight I already had Mason and Walker play. My thing is, who do I trade, man? Because I'm like I said, I'm 3-2, and and who would I trade for? And I noticed that the Miami quarterback will be coming back week 8. I could trade to get probably Hill or Waddle from 2 different players. Who would I give up to get them?
This is a really loaded. This is a really loaded question. I would just say. I don't know, bro. This is a really loaded question. I would say it's like go through my rosters. I don't know.
Sorry, go ahead,
simplify it for me. You have what running backs again?
Here's my running back, real quick. Mason obviously went down today. Whatever. Walker, Montgomery, Chase Brown, and of course I have in the IR books, but he's in the IR. He doesn't count. And I also got Sermon.
Okay, so what's the main question? You want to try and trade into who?
Who do I trade to? Because I want to pick up the Miami quarterback and put him in the IR.
Which is going to be risky, but okay. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, that's like saying like.
Am I overthinking?
No, but I mean, you've already played Walker and Mason, so you can't trade them right now, right? And so the players you have behind them are again, list them again. Let me write it down this time. Mason, Walker.
Yeah, you have to. All right, we have Godwin, right?
Uh-huh.
Then we have McLaurin.
Okay.
Then we have David Montgomery, MHJ, Chase Brown. Obviously, I'm not starting Shaheed or anything this year, but that's where I start.
Okay.
And the only available positions will see wide receiver 1 and 2 in the flex.
Who's in the 1 and 2? What?
I got Godwin in 1, McLaurin in 2.
Okay.
And Montgomery in the flex, but I want to start Harrison Jr. I want to start Chase Brown.
Of course you do. And you can't?
And you told me to tell you. No, I can't. I got to remember, I got Montgomery already in. I could take him out. You said to start Godwin and McLaurin. They're must starters.
I don't know.
But Harrison Jr.
Hey, I don't know that I ever told you that you should be putting MHJ on the bench. I don't think that's not in my vocabulary.
No, you never said that. No, you never said that. No, you never. You said that Godwin and McLaurin are must starters.
Well, they're all kind of must starters, but I'm not suggesting that McLaurin and Godwin are must starters over MHJ, and I never would. So you might have misunderstood me. But what I would tell you is you're kind of pigeonholed into not being able to make very many moves right now, other than maybe Chase Brown and McLaurin, or Chase Brown. Let me put this up because I wrote it down. Chase Brown and McLaurin, or Chase Brown and Godwin. Maybe for one player, like a Tyreek Hill or something like that. I would definitely do that. I would definitely, other wide receivers that come to mind, running backs that come to mind would be Achane, obviously a Breece Hall, which you probably won't get done. You could, JT's an option as well. Wide receivers, Chase Brown and McLaurin, or Chase Brown and Godwin, probably get you. Maybe if you're lucky and someone doesn't know what in the hell they're doing and they're scared to death of Nabers missing time, you try for Nabers. Hill is probably the most likely big dog that's doubted enough that you could get it done. DK Metcalf is a thought right now, but that's problematic because he, already played. But I'm just giving you, maybe you could still execute that trade. Mike Evans might be a thought, but you get past that, it starts.
Godwin.
Huh?
But that's Chris Godwin.
Well, you're trading Chris Godwin and Chase Brown, maybe.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So you go after Tyreek Hill, go after A.J. Brown off the bye week. Try that. I don't think you're getting anything higher than that. Try for Nabers. You probably won't get it. You could always trade. You could always trade McLaurin and Chase Brown for like Nico and something if you wanted to get crazy. Cooper Kupp would be interesting. McLaurin and Chase Brown for Cooper Kupp and something small. Maybe you get your QB upgrade this way. Maybe you trade Chase Brown and McLaurin for Nico and a QB upgrade. I don't know. Then you could get MHJ in your lineup.
No. You're giving me ideas, man. I like that. I got Baker right now.
All right, I got Jermaine. I gotta go. I spent a lot of time on this one already.
Brother.
Appreciate you very much. Call back if you got another one tomorrow. We'll try and work on that. But work on that stuff right now.
Sir.
All right. Slayer, what's up? You're live.
Smitty.
Yes.
We've been kicking around trying to get this Nabers deal done. It hasn't went through. I just got offered MHJ for Brock Bowers.
And who's your tight end if you make this move? Or
I got Kraft and I got Schultz.
Yeah, I do that. I definitely do that. Kraft goes in your lineup. MHJ goes in your lineup. Bowers goes packing. But you know what? I love Bowers, but it is what it is, bro. Bye, Bowers. It helps your it helps your lineup.
Yep, it sure does. I lost Racy, and I got Cup coming back, and I got BTJ that's been holding me down. I just lost Mason tonight, though, but I got Garendo.
Maybe you didn't lose him. We'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he still got me at 9P.
Yeah. All right, broski. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Later.
Very much. Maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, hold on, Rock Out and Travis. Let me read these rather than hang up on you guys. Let me just get through these super chats. Bruce, $10 hauler, 10-team PPR. Geno Smith Mixon. Mason. Why do you have a question? Oh, because he's hurt. Mason, Debo, Reed, Kincaid, AJ Brown. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the show. We got about 1,000 people in here and 274 thumbs up. We could use more thumbs up. We definitely could use more thumbs up. It helps your boy, which helps me help you. Help me help you, because the more this show is popping, the more giveaways and sponsorships. And I've got 2 fat heads that I still got to give away, and I got to figure out how to do that this week. Maybe tomorrow or Monday. It's a St. Brown fat head. You can see up above. Let me see if I can get this shot right here. I think it's right here. So you can see this Josh Allen. I actually had to cut it and place it on this huge board behind me. That is a cut fat head of Josh Allen. It's like a 7-foot fat head. I've got a Bijan Robinson and I've got a St. Brown that I'm giving away. Just 2 examples of when we get, things like that handed to me to give away. It's like, subscribe, hit the like button. When we grow, you grow. So as far as this team right here, I would say Debo, Reed, 2 and 3, need a running back badly. My season over. You got Garendo? That's at least good. Maybe you go after CMC to button up this Niner running back stable. But I think Debo, AJ Brown, Reed is fantastic. I think if you had CMC, it would be solid. And I almost say give Mixon and something for CMC. Oh, you got James Cook too. You got James Cook banged up, Bigsby down there. Your team's not bad, bro. Maybe you go to the Mason owner and you offer, the CMC owner, and you offer Mason and Garendo and someone like even Reed is a potential, piece I add in. You got Jefferson too. You're fine, bro. You're fine. AJ Brown, Jefferson, Cook, Mason, Debo, AJ. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. But I would explore Mixon and Reed, or potentially Mason and Reed. Obviously Garendo too. Maybe Cook and Mason and Garendo for one. Breece Hall, doubted player right now. Jefferson. Yeah, your team's not. You're fine. You're fine. Your season isn't over. Not to mention, you don't even know if Mason's out for the long term, bro. And CMC might be cooked. It doesn't matter if Mason gets banged up. It does 0 to the likelihood of CMC coming back or not. Like that fortune has already been decided. That direction is already either on course or off course or about ready to derail. There's no, this door opens for CMC more or something like that. He's either going to come back or he's not going to come back. And if he doesn't, guess who just proved themselves tonight? Garendo. So you're a little safer than you think, but you also have the depth to maybe send Bigsby or Mixon or even James Cook, maybe. And I don't know that I'd do this. I'm just giving you ideas for CMC to button it up. Maybe you get CMC in something for James Cook, but James Cook is banged up. Maybe you look at Ray Davis as well. But Bruce, no, it's not over at all. Don't panic at all. Trade Brian Robinson for Dell. I think Brian Robinson, if you need RBs, is safer, but certainly I don't mind that swap. I think it's closer than a lot of people might suggest it is, especially now with Nico on IR for 4 weeks, and who knows how much time he misses after that, if any. But I think you could almost get a little more, but I don't mind that trade. I honestly don't. But I think you could argue both sides depending on your need. Is it bad to play one QB, or it's bad, play one QB, Rattler, May, Dalton, or Daniel Jones? God, chat, vote on this one, please. Chat, Rattler, May, Dalton, or Jones? Rattler's got. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Wait, who was the call? What?
Dalton's in a bye week.
Oh yeah.
No, he's not.
No, wait, what? No, he's not.
Dalton's in a bye week.
No, he's not. Carolina's playing Atlanta.
Yeah, Carolina playing.
Yeah.
Am I in the future? Is this a Back to the Future?
No.
Tell me what happened.
Denny, explain it. What happened, Denny? Denny, if you're in the future right now, tell us what's going on.
Wanted. Okay. So Seattle's gonna lose.
No. Hold on, Denny. If you're in the future, did something happen to Dalton? Are you maybe thinking Darnold? I think you're thinking Darnold.
Oh, Darnold. God darn it. Excuse my language.
Week 11.
Oh, Darnold.
We almost had all the answers.
I thought you were in the future, Denny. I thought you were in the future.
Wanted. I am. I'm trying to get
Carolina back.
Back in. So why is anyone even talking about Dalton?
Okay, Denny, focus. Guys, can we get a vote in the chat, please? Are we going Danny Dimes? Are we going Dalton, the other Darnold, or Rattler or May? I'm not going May. I'm just not doing it. Rattler's kind of like the exciting high risk, high reward play. But do we do
Daniel Jones?
Danny Dimes.
Probably.
Dimes versus the Bengals?
Without Nabers.
Bengals not stopping nobody.
Yeah, the chat's saying Danny Dimes. A couple red rifles.
Who's
Jones, Daniel Jones. We got a lot of Daniel Jones. Daniel, go with your namesake, bro. Daniel Jones, Daniel. Smash it, do it live. That is bad, though. How can I call in? Phone number I'll put on screen in a second, Paul, but we've got so many callers on the line. If I open up the phone lines officially, then they just get flooded. So I've just kind of been playing it cool. Played Ayuk, need upside. Hurts or Daniels? Come on, bro. Don't ask me a question like that again. Oh, is that Jaden Daniels, though? I thought it was Daniel Jones.
See, I'm the same way.
This is close. If that's Jaden, I think it's Jaden Daniels. The apostrophe, it's not apostrophe, yes. It's Daniels, Jaden Daniels. I thought you were talking about Daniel Jones, and you were just spelling it wrong. If this is Jaden Daniels, I'm going Jaden Daniels, and you can't sit Jaden Daniels right now. So you still take a left.
Can't do it.
Take a lot. Tighten it up with the spelling, guys. Really.
Yeah, tighten it up. If that is Daniel Jones, you're taking a lap again, and it's Jalen Hurts. But I would say you need to make a trade. There's no excuse for having both of those players. How much fab would you spend on Garendo? It depends. If you have Mason, you got to seriously consider Well, we need news though too. Like Space, you gotta wait. Fortunately, no one has to make the ad drop right now. You're 99.9999999% of the time have all waivers processed after the Monday night game, or mostly Tuesday night, Tuesday at midnight or whatever. So you have a lot of time to find out. Let's say Mason's done for the year, then it's an easy, simple full load drop.
Initiate full load drop.
If we're talking about Mason being probably good to go day to day, then if you're a Mason owner, you're probably still looking at it. What do I need to put max down? Hopefully you don't need to do a full load drop, but that's kind of dependent on your league, and I can't determine whether you need to do a full load drop or not. But Garendo ripping off a 70-yard run should tell you how exciting he is. And if you go watch the replay of that run in slow motion from the back side of the play, the camera pans over to Shanahan, and as Garendo's running down the field, he turns around and goes, "You're starting again someday." He didn't actually say that, but that's what I like to pretend he said, because he was so excited. The expression on his face was absolute glory. This man had never been more excited than at that moment. So, and then these two super chats real quick. Smitty, we are fortunate to have you. Thank you, Wild Bill. No one comes close to your dedication, work ethic, or wisdom. Thank you for all the mods and all the peeps. Thank you, Wild Bill. You do a fantastic job. One of the better followers we have, no doubt about it. $20 hauler from Hernandez. Appreciate your 20 wad. 2 and 3 was offered Jacobs and either Komet or Njoku for Bowers and Ford. Was thinking of accepting since I have Mason and CMC okay. Let's see here. CMC's coming back. He might be. He should be, but we don't know what he's to what degree. Team is Hurts, Flacco, Achane, Mason, Mostert, Ford. Okay, so you're offered Jacobs and either Komet or Njoku for Bowers and Ford. So wait, what's this have to do with since I have Mason? So you're just worried about it and you want Jacobs? I got it. Yeah, I'd rather have Jacobs than probably Bowers if I'm in need of RB, but let's keep in mind yeah. So like Travis, your question earlier about going after RBs and sacrificing to do that. What do you think in this situation? Like, are you saying, hey, I'd rather take Komet, who's playing pretty decent right now, and Jacobs, or would you rather have the upside of Bowers, who probably as a rookie will be hit and miss? Everybody needs to expect that, but he has the capability of being the number one tight end any given week too.
So it was Komet and Jacobs, or Bowers and who?
Just Bowers, basically. Ford, but I take Jacobs.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
I like the Jacobs.
I still believe in Jacobs. I still believe in Jacobs.
Too good of a running back.
Yeah, I still believe in him, bro. Especially, as the Packers get,
and
more.
Emmanuel Wilson should be fairly easy to cuff him if you have a bench spot, and he's shown that he can be at least a solid fill-in. Something happens. Yeah, David traded Ayuk, Purdy, Tracy for DK and CMC. I'd rather have DK and CMC by quite a bit, so that was a great move. And then I try and flip CMC. People are trying to veto it. I tried to make it fair offer. Yeah, that's dumb to veto that, though. Ayuk, why? Because if Ayuk had 140 yards tonight, no one's going to veto that. It's so fickle. It's knee-jerk reactive is what it is. You can tell your league I said that. That's a knee-jerk reactive veto. Although I do like your side better, but that doesn't mean it should be vetoed. All right, let me go over to Denny real quick and then over to Rock Out. Denny, what's up?
Oh, it's to me now? Oh,
it's to you.
I think, what date? I think today was the night. Okay, Walker here. Good day. I was just listening all the time. I forgot what I came to call to say. I just wanted to say hi.
Hi, Denny.
Walker, then I don't know,
Good one. Good talk. I agree, Denny. It's fantastic. Great commentary, Denny. Does everybody agree with what Denny's saying?
Can
we get a vote on Denny's question? Here, Denny, I'm gonna read the answer people are gonna answer to your question. I don't want yes or no's. I want someone to give me one sentence responses to what Denny just in very cryptic fashion. Denny's question in very cryptic fashion. Can you please give me a one sentence response to Denny's question, and I'm gonna read them. Shout out Mama Denny, says Wolf. Are people just calling drunk? Let's see. Denny to the moon. Denny is a legend. Denny is a legend. Okay. Let's keep going with this. Let's see what we got. Denny needs to be given advice. Okay. JD5 is the only 5. That's good. Give me what Denny's having. Outlaws are on the run. Let me play that famous line by this man.
The top most wanted outlaws are on the run.
Let's see here. Almost dropped Purdy for Danny Dimes last minute. Okay, well that's selfish, Jason. We're in the middle of trying to talk about Denny. Love Denny.
Well, yeah, Danny Dimes, Denny Dots.
What was Reed Kamara? Okay, that's a selfish question. It's been a while since I've heard the voice of an angel.
Oh, it's not.
Denny,
people are talking about people. They say so much nice. We stand just a little too close. No, I don't. I can't sing that. Hey, I just can't.
Denny, can I get a one more try? The lyrics from Timmy T's song "One More Try." Didn't know how much I loved you. Can I get that? But can you please lace in Tank Dell into the lyrics? Go.
Oh, I didn't know Nico was gonna get hurt. I didn't know that you would get Steph on big. One more time, I still get Tank Dell. I know you got all the talent. Tank Dell, give you one more try. Tank Dell is such a beast. Give Tank Dell one more try. Smitty, give him all. I'll trade him for the first round. In 25, give Tank Dell all your love. Tank Dell, one more try, baby. All right. Watch it.
That's amazing, Denny. Amazing. Appreciate you. All right. Hang tight, Denny. Hang tight. Let me go over to Tony from Cali. Tony, you're live. Go.
Hey, Smitty. How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro.
Okay. Here's what's going on. I've got
thank you, Bruce.
I've got Hurts. I've got Fields, and it's a single QB league. I'm thinking about dropping Fields and just grabbing another player. My roster goes Chase. It goes Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson.
Hold on. Let me write this down. Okay, Chase, Garrett Wilson. Go ahead.
Deontay Johnson. I picked up Juju. Running backs go Henry, Monty, J.K., Stevenson, and Bigsby.
Wait.
Okay.
Then I've got Laporta and Kraft. I had to pick up Kraft for a bye week, and now I can't let him go.
Well, you can trade him, but okay. And who's your quarterback?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm calling about. I'm trying to make a trade. I'm 2-3, and outside of that, yeah, I think that's the whole roster.
Who's your quarterback?
On there. Quarterback is Hurts. That's my main guy. Is Hurts.
All right, hold. Denny wants to say something. Denny, what do you have?
Hold on to Fields. Your team is crushing it. You got the best running back.
Does he have Fields?
Believe in Fields.
Do you have?
Yeah, I think you should have Fields.
Okay. Fields and Hurts?
I wouldn't trade Fields.
It's a 1 QB or 2 QB?
It's a 1 QB. I like Fields. I picked them up because A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith were hurt, and they weren't really throwing the ball. They're still not really throwing the ball.
Well, we're not worried about dropping him or trading him. No one's going to trade for him anyway. Okay, so Hurts is your starter. That's fantastic. Bye week free. You don't even need Fields to play necessarily. Hopefully, Jamar Chase and Hurts are monsters. Henry's a monster. You have what I like to call the trifecta. You have 3 absolute studs that can carry you each and every week, and this is a formula that's required to be a top team, I think, in any league, unless you have the weirdest depth in the world and you're just crushing everybody. But then you got lineup dilemma problems where you start the wrong guys each week. So this is great. Now, Garrett Wilson's almost there. Maybe he becomes a 4th monster Maybe Laporta bounces back and becomes a fourth monster. You've got a lot of talent here. I'm trying to trade maybe Kraft and Monty, maybe Kraft and Bigsby, maybe Kraft and JK or Stevenson. Juju, maybe. I don't know what he's going to get you. I forget who the other receiver was. But I'm definitely trying.
Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, Deontay, same thing. Kraft alone might not get it done to go get a player like Tyreek Hill or something. But a Kraft and a JK, especially if he has a big game and you waited a week, and let's say like Hill's going to have a bye and he's going to go through that bye, it makes it hard to trade for him because his owners weathered that bye week and they like it's a unconscious thing to just value that player a whole lot more. However,
if that brought up Hill, because the same Hill guy has Achane and he's willing to trade with me.
Okay,
He's got Hill
so
and
hold
Achane.
on. If you, because I'm getting there, if you still go to this guy and he's got one win, he still might make the trade later. Like you trade him, let's say Hill has a bad game, JK has 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Kraft goes nuts again. You might be able to pull something like that off later. And if you're trying to do it now, you could preemptively do this on the DK Metcalf week 7 value because of what he just did. So maybe you get Kraft and JK, Kraft and Bigsby, Kraft and whatever to get that done. Or you try and trade Monty for Achane right now using Kraft, using Juju, using JK, using Stevenson, potentially using Bigsby. I think ETN's also a smart get for you if you're able to move around a JK or Stevenson or a Kraft for ETN, and you couple Bigsby and ETN together.
Same player has ETN as well.
So it sounds like you got a good.
All three of those guys.
Yeah, it sounds like you got the right person, trade partner that has the guys.
You wouldn't recommend that? It's like I was thinking of giving up Henry for like a two for one for Henry. So giving up Henry, I was thinking I can't give up Henry for Achane and Hill with the way that organization's going and the quarterback play and the lack of offense. I don't think that'd be a smart move right now, right?
I don't know that that's that horrible of a move. Henry for Achane and Tyreek Hill.
That's what I was going to propose to him because I think he's high on Henry, but I don't know if I want to.
The Dolphins.
Yeah, but you got to understand though, Denny. It's different once Tua comes back. You know,
is he coming back?
I'm not.
Is he coming back?
I'm not saying I do it, but I don't think it's that bad of a deal.
You don't think it'd be a bad deal?
What's your record right now?
Can I just say one thing about
this real quick? Smitty, right now I've got second most points scored and most points against me. I'm 2-3. I've got highest points against me. I've had some ugly wins, 2-point losses.
I'd probably say then you aren't a candidate to go after a team that has a bye and one more additional game without Tua. So that does rule you out. But I'm just saying in general for anybody watching, and let's say they have a 4-win record or 5-win record, I think Achane and Hill for Henry's a pretty decent haul. But you're not in a position at 2-3 to weather the bye week and to weather. So, yeah, I'm going to say, look, your team's super strong. Keep it all where it is, bro. Garrett Wilson's on the up. Unless you can trade him for I'd trade him in for maybe a Hill. I would maybe use Monty and Garrett Wilson to get like a Lamb or something like that. But outside of that, my move is Kraft and Monty to get Achane, or Kraft and JK, Stevenson, whatever, to get something from this guy, or Kraft alone for ETN. I'd throw in Juju if I needed to. I'd throw in Deontay Johnson. But ETN gives you just that extra little bit of value, and then I go from there. I don't think you need to do anything. Your team's really good, and with Hurts bye week free, bro, you got a lot of value there. And Laporta bye week free.
I was thinking of maybe starting Cousins this week off the wire, maybe over Hurts. Is that crazy?
Cousins on the wire? What is he in a 3-team league? How are you going to get Cousins on the wire?
All right, Denny.
Somehow he's out there.
Denny, he's out there. Denny, he's out there in some leagues. But I mean, no, I'm not benching Jalen Hurts, man.
You're not gonna bench Hurts. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I'm not doing that.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, Denny, go ahead.
Yeah, man.
I think your team's fantastic.
There you go.
And your record does not state. I really mean that, and your record doesn't state that, and that's going to happen with a lot of people now that are coming in, down Smitty. I don't like this and that and this and that. Stick with your 2
I
and
know
3
I have a
teams.
good squad. It's just they finally popped off last week for the first time. Chase went crazy, Kraft went crazy on his bye. Derrick Henry.
What about this one? We got a $50 hauler from Sean. Sean, hang tight. I'm coming for you, Sean. Hang tight. What about this one, bro? ETN. He's got ETN. What about Bigsby? What about Bigsby and Kraft for a player? What about Bigsby and Monty and Kraft for one player or something on his roster? Because he might be looking to grab these two guys and cuff them together. I would explore that.
So his record is 2 and 3 as well.
Gotta go, Tony. Gave you a lot to work
you're the
with.
best, Smitty.
Come
Danny,
back when
thanks
you
for
got
the props,
something.
bro. You guys have a great one. Take care.
Yeah, you're my boy, man. Yeah, take care, man. Stick with your team.
Denny's like co-hosting right now. He's
Denny's
all right.
coming in hot.
Hold on. Giveaway. This is $20 or $50 hauler from Sean. I gotta hit the special button for the $50 hauler. And guess whose angel of a voice sings $50 hauler? It's Denny.
Give me $50 holler. Smitty, give me $50. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the $50 wad. Oh my God, did I forget this one here? AJB and Mason for Tyreek and Josh Jacobs. Did I answer this one? Giorgio, are you here, bro? Poor Giorgio. I think maybe I didn't answer this one. AJB and Mason for Tyreek and Josh Jacobs. Woo!
Oh.
I don't know where to take this right now because of Mason's injury. I think we got to go to the record and say, as to my earlier point, if you've got 2 wins or less, you can't really wait on Reek to not only go on his bye week, but to maybe not have any quarterback play. Although I still think he can do well. So maybe you got to go with the Mason AJB side, and AJB's bye week free, and you're just banking on Mason being healthy. But look, Mason might not be out any time. We don't really know. He came back into the game. The X-rays were negative. It's just, is the MRI or the imaging going to show something that the X-rays couldn't? That there's no swelling. They just didn't think something was wrong, or did he go back out there and tear something immediately on that first play back? I don't know. I would say Aaron says Tyreek's on a bye. Thanks, Aaron. We just said that. I don't know. I'd probably say, depending on your record, Giorgio, are you there? Is Giorgio out there? Poor guy. Maybe this is an old super chat too. I don't even know. Giorgio, I'm sorry. I'm gonna lean toward Mason and hope that he's okay, bro. Make sure you have Grendo. All right, where was I? I was over on this screen here. Giveaway Josh Allen. First of all, giveaway and Josh Allen shouldn't be in the same sentence, Sean. Giveaway Josh Allen and Drake London for Patty Mahomes and Bijan. No. Josh Allen and Drake London. First of all, London and Bijan right now, one could argue they'd rather have London than Bijan. I'm not saying that the tables can't turn on that. I'm just saying the fair market value for Josh Allen and Drake London is far superior than the Patty Mahomes and Bijan value right now. It doesn't matter what your running back. I don't care what your running backs are. That's how passionate I am against that. So thank you for your $50 hauler, you straight up super chatting monster. And monster. Yeah, Denny, I want you to sing the last word of every one of my sentences, okay? Traded away Mason and Pittman yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Before all the injury news, W question mark?
W question mark.
It depends what you got though, Enrique, because I don't know what you got. Okay. Next question is from Finesse. I traded away, and again, we don't know if Mason's, going to miss time or not. He could start the rest of the season still. We have no idea. I traded Dowdle and JSN.
Giorgio's here.
Giorgio's here. Giorgio. Denny, can I get a song for Giorgio, an apology song for Giorgio? Real quickly, go.
I'm so sorry, Papa Giorgio, that your team is so bad. You should have never traded Josh Allen. I don't know. That's all I got.
No, Giorgio didn't Giorgio made the trade. I think let me see what Giorgio's question was.
Giorgio's all right.
Giorgio, call in real quick. Giorgio says
Papa
AJB
Giorgio.
and Mason. Okay, yeah. This is the AJB and Mason for Reek and Josh Jacobs. So let's leave this on the screen for Giorgio when he calls in. Papa Giorgio, call in real quick. All right, this one right here, traded Dowdle and JSN for Dowdle, JSN, and Josh Downs for DK right before the game. Smitty approved. You bet your bottom dollar that Smitty approved. Giorgio, call in. Call in. That's a great trade.
Papa
Congrats.
Giorgio.
Papa Giorgio.
One question before I go, Papa. Hey, one question before I go. Smitty.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden, right? Juju, played for the Pats, and he couldn't get separation. He couldn't do anything, right? Remember, I used to call him and go, Juju! And we all, years ago, we were all excited about Juju. Smith, Oliver, and that girl's name, Juju, Juliet. Why all of a sudden I'm watching this game and Juju's just out there running around, catching balls. It just didn't make sense to me.
I think it's because you've got Kelsey, you've got Worthy, you've got Hunt, and you've got a magician quarterback that people want to pretend is garbage, which is ridiculous. You think Mahomes isn't a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League and he's some propped up QB? Like, what are you talking about? So he's got a magician of a quarterback, a top 1 to 2 quarterback in the National Football League. Maybe he's not playing there fantasy-wise, but he's a top 1 to 2 quarterback in the National Football League. And you've got Worthy, Kelsey, Hunt, and a whole lot of open space where he's not double-teamed. That's why he's looked pretty good. He's a good player. He's not a great player, but he's
coaching. Good scheme, good coaching. And it was so crazy to see him just go out there. After watching him.
Giorgio, call in. Okay, hold on one second. Commissioner vetoed a trade I mentioned earlier. I'm sorry, David. That's ridiculous. Vetoes are really ridiculous. Bruce, just curious why Ray Davis over Ty Johnson. We don't really know. I think Ty might get the official start, maybe, but Ray Davis, it's almost like Ty's the third down back, and Ray Davis would be the first and second down back. You know how a third down back looks like he's the backup because he's on the field with the starter, but when the starter goes down, that third down back doesn't always just go straight for the full-time job because he's in that supplemental role. And so the other running back that hasn't even hit the field hits the starting lineup. So that's the kind of the way that works. The cookie crumbles that way. But it's not necessarily going to be the case. This is a different, unique situation. But Davis between the is this Papa Giorgio?
Yo, this is Giorgio right here.
No, Papa Giorgio is your name now, pal. All right, you're
correct. This is Papa, Big Papa.
Yeah, okay, Papa. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from California, but I'm from Minnesota, so Skull, let's fucking go.
Okay, Papa Giorgio. All right, Giorgio, what is your? We'll keep the swearing to a minimum for the monetization. AJ Brown and Mason for Tyreek and Josh Jacobs.
Correct.
What's your record?
So I'm 2-3, just coming off a loss, and that's pretty much. I got a 12-team league, full PPR, ESPN standard.
Two. What you said? 2 wins.
Yeah, 2-3.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to wait on Tyreek Hill. I think you're going to have potentially one bye week and then a waiting week on Tua, and then what if Tua doesn't come back? You're getting AJB bye week free. That helps you. Jordan Mason was on the sideline looking like he wanted to come in. He was doing one of these, and he did come in, and then he went right back out. Could be a pain tolerance issue. He could have sprained his AC joint where the collarbone connects, and that's typically what happens with the fall that he endured, and that could put him on the pine for a week. Do you have Grendo?
Negative.
Okay. Yeah.
He's on the waiver zone.
Yeah, but now everyone's gonna race to get him. But go get him. Get Grendo. But I'm gonna hold strong on Mason here. And in the worst of worst case scenarios, bro, AJB would at least hold his own against Tyreek and Josh Jacobs. I'm not saying he'd win out on that, but what if Jacobs doesn't amount to much, which there's risk of that. There's risk of doubting him too when he goes nuts, but this could be a Tyreek Hill versus Mason or versus AJB debate at the end of the day. But right now you have Mason, so I'm going to say stand down.
Okay, stand down on it. Okay, gotcha.
All right, Papa. We'll see you later. Papa Giorgio, everybody. Denny, do you want to say something to Papa Giorgio? Oh, Denny hung up.
Oh, no.
All right. Papa Giorgio, we'll see you later, bro.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Rock out and Travis, hang tight real quickly. Let me get through these super chats. I'm sorry I made you wait, Papa Giorgio, as well. Enrique says traded away Mason and Pittman Jr. for Tyreek yesterday. Mason and Pittman Jr. for Tyreek yesterday. Oh, I think I read this one already. That's a W in my book. Absolutely. Keep 3: Garendo, Bucky, Irving, Tracy, or Mostert. Who do you kick to the curb here, guys? Mostert kind of got some work. I mean, he looked pretty good. Bucky, hard to trust, but he's leaning toward getting the nod. Garendo, you got to grab him right now in case things go crazy. Maybe you'll have clarity on that, the Garendo situation. But Tracy looks like he's pretty decent, but does Singletary, take right back what he's getting right now anyway? Like, who we cutting here, boys? Hello?
Who is he picking up? Who's he going to cut him for?
You got to cut one of these guys. Garendo, Bucky, Tracy, or Mostert. Chat, you can vote too.
Oh, man.
Probably cut Tracy just because Singletary's...
I was going to say that I feel like they're going to give Singletary the work no matter what.
Yeah.
But
and
good.
And on top of that, it's still a mediocre offense. So, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Mostert worries me, but like you said, it seems like he's just kind of edging back into the offense, so he could be right back into that spot where he succeeds.
Yeah.
And with it, if Achane misses time, so yeah.
All right, thank you for the super chat. Let me get these other two out of the way, and then we're good to go. Actually, just one more from TM42. If I missed anybody's super chat, let me know. Is D-Hop worth picking up? I mean, what if he gets traded to KC or Buffalo or something? So the answer is maybe. You have Debo, Dell, Shaheed, Worthy. I would have to drop Flacco in the super flex. No, then the answer is no. You got AR5. Yeah, so you got to keep AR5 and Flacco together for the super flex. Or Rashad White. I'm probably not dropping Rashad White for D-Hop, no. I'd trade Rashad White, but I probably wouldn't drop him. Although he's kind of questionable for this week, but I still think he has some trade value. And D-Hop, I don't know, bro. He's what is he, 33? No thanks. All right, go ahead, rock out. Actually, let me go to Jason, and then I'll go over to rock out, then to Travis, and I'll close the phone line down. Jason from Cali, you got 30 seconds. No full team questions. Go.
All right, so I'm just worried about who I need to drop. My whole bench is full of buys, like Kyron, Mahomes, Worthy, all that, Hunt, all that. So I need to figure out who I drop. It's between the Minnesota defense, which is on bye. I got the best kicker in the league, Brandon Aubrey. So it's pretty much drop Rashad White. I'm starting Tank Bigsby and Pollard because my RBs are on bye week, and I don't trust Rashad.
I mean, I don't think. What's Minnesota scoring in your format?
They got me 16 or 14 last week. There's no yardage, but I mean the tutty with Van Ginkel was huge. Couple of sacks, couple of picks. I got Brandon Aubrey as my kicker. I can't let him go. I got Tank Dell. Kraft is obviously I'm not talking about dropping Dell, but I'm trying to think about moves because I'm 1-4. But I started Purdy and Debo, so to the moon with that. And then I got Tucker Kraft, who's kind of questionable. I had to drop Evan Ingram to make that move. Got him last week.
So Minnesota should be 1, 2, or 3 in your format. I'm just making sure everybody's scoring format's weird. Everyone thinks that defensive questions can be answered blanket, but is there 1, 2, or 3 correct in your format?
I believe they're number 1.
Okay, so yeah, I'm probably not going to drop many. You said Rashad White?
Yeah, he's the only person on my bench that's not on a bye week. I got Wandale Robinson and Tank Dell starting in the flex.
I'd almost say
AJB.
Drop White over. And your only options are Rashad White, who might not play this week, Minnesota, and Aubrey. You're saying, right? Those are your only options.
Well, I mean, I don't really like the idea of dropping Mostert after holding him this entire time, and A-Chain going down.
Yeah. It's between White and Mostert at this point. If we're talking about
Try to make a trade.
yeah, of course, try and make a trade. But if you can't, I guess I'm
Someone
cut.
might need.
What about
Would you even consider just waiting till like Sunday and seeing if White or Kraft gets ruled out?
Yeah, I mean White's probably gonna get ruled out, and so then if you could put him on IR, then that's.
I got the IR spot.
Yeah, then that's your move. Yeah. But I would definitely go to the Bucky Irving owner. I'd definitely go to the H-Chan owner and see if you can pull off a last-second trade with them. They probably are interested in Mostert. I'm sure they are. So there's got to be something you can do. But these guys are tradable.
I like the idea. Yeah, I like the idea of trading my to the Rashad White owner. I've tried a couple of times. He's also the Bijan owner. But I'm playing him this week, and he's got Nabers. He's got a bunch of questionable people. So I don't know if he would take something that he'd kind of have to sit on and wait. But I don't want to take too much of your time. I appreciate you, Smitty.
All right, bro. All right, later, bro. See you later. Okay. Rock out. Final thoughts.
Hit that daily. The video.
Lift off of mission
3, 2, 1, 0.
One Tank Dell special, please.
Coming right up.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, rock out. Anything else?
Yeah. Who would you try to get if you traded Stevenson and J-Mo?
Stevenson and J-Mo. You want a wide receiver or running back?
Maybe a running back, but I could also try to trade Higgins and Stevenson.
So J-Mo or Higgins with Stevenson. I mean, you could try for H-Chan. I doubt you get it. James Cook injured might be attainable. Risky. JT injured might be attainable.
I got JT.
Okay. I don't know. It gets kind of tough there for RB at that point because I don't think you're getting a Bijan, or you could try, but wide receiver, obviously Tyreek Hill, Marvin Harrison Jr. Nico becomes really intriguing, especially if you can get something else with it. Cooper Kupp coming off a bye or going onto a bye week. Devontae Smith coming off a bye week. Jaden Reed. Debo was perfect, and now this is Stevenson and then J-Mo, right? So we got to be careful not to go. You can't go too far, but like
Stevenson and Higgins.
Yeah, if you do Higgins, you almost have to go for like AJB and above, or if I'm doing J-Mo and Stevenson, would I do that for Nico? I do that for Nico and something small.
I could also do Dowdle as well.
I also like going after ETN in a crafty way, but maybe J-Mo and Stevenson gets you ETN and something. Not everything has to be 2 for ones. You could be 2 for 2. I think Higgins and Stevenson could get you Tyreek, MHJ, or even Puka would be really intriguing using not T Higgins but the other one. So
I got Puka.
Oh. Well, I don't know. That's probably where I'd have to leave it. Nico's at risk, but damn, I like trading for him right now. Not using Higgins, though, probably.
Yeah, right.
All right, bro.
To do a Dowdle and a receiver.
Yeah, Dowdle and Higgins could definitely, I think, because people just love the fact that he's a starter and everything, that definitely could get you an MHJ or a Tyreek Hill or a DK Metcalf right now, which is going to be an awkward trade because he played, but I bet you could get DK using that. Dowdle and Higgins for DK. And maybe people don't want to do that. Maybe Higgins, I don't know, chat, tell me if you like Higgins more. You could definitely do JMO. All right, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more out of JMO than Higgins. Only if I have to give up Higgins for a better piece, I would do it. But
I love AJ. I love AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown. Give up Dowdle and one of those wide receivers for AJ Brown because he's bye-week free. All right, rock out. See you tomorrow, pal.
All right, appreciate it.
Later. Travis, final thoughts.
Yeah, just real quick. Are you trying to go out, get Puka or CMC more in a trade right now?
Puka. I don't know. It's. Okay. I mean, it depends on the cost, but.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so for Puka, now that it's like we're edging closer, like you said, would you give him up for an Amari Cooper, or would you need more than that right now?
Would I give Puka up for Amari Cooper? I think I'd rather have. Oh, it depends on my record. Depends on if I can wait on it. Do I have supplemental people? Can I throw Mooney in?
I can wait. I can wait. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think Puka's worth the wait. I think he's gonna be pretty damn good. It's gonna take a little time for him to get back. Maybe a game to get back up to speed, but I think he's a great buy low.
All right, and just the last one real quick. I have Hurts and Mahomes in the league. If I was to move Mahomes to a QB needy team, like what level of player are you shooting for Mahomes? Like Devante Smith, or are you shooting higher than that?
Yeah, no, I'd take Devante Smith if you've got Hurts, but I think you're kind of better off at least entertaining a sell high on Hurts. You know, just because it could, if you believe, and if you don't, that's fine. I know you're becoming more skeptic of Mahomes. Everybody is, but if you believe, if you believe you can get using Hurts, especially you're using Hurts this week, so you probably wait, right? Because you got Mahomes on a bye. Let's say Hurts goes crazy. It goes crazy. We just saw DK Metcalf already play. If Hurts goes crazy, you could trade Hurts for DK, or you know, you could go after Tyreek Hill. He'll be off the bye week. So, but I'm also okay with trading.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But trading Mahomes, it's not going to get you as much right now. You could try for DK Metcalf. Maybe you throw in something small, and you make this trade now. Mahomes for DK, because DK's already played. This trade's locked up until next week anyway. So Mahomes and something
like that.
Small for DK Metcalf now. I'd do that. That would be solid.
Yeah. I'm torn on Mahomes. I really like, just in general with Mahomes, I really want to give like benefit of the doubt till after the bye, because a lot of things can change after the bye, and they know what they're working with now. So I still think that offense is going to come around, but yeah, admittedly I am a little bit more of a skeptic. But seeing him throw more, I think, was a good sign. So,
yeah, they were definitely a different offense, and there's just a like had he threw for 350 yards. Had he had that one touchdown, it would have been just a completely different thing. But hey, it is what it is. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Definitely go after DK now using Mahomes, because both of them are off the board this week, so it's a perfect move.
That's a good idea. All right, I appreciate it.
All right, later. All right, I am out of here after this super chat here from TW Twix. Have a question about Pollard, 5-0, but I need help. Going to be real hard to answer this super chat without that actual question there, Twix. I don't know how to. I can't. I tried to go into the future. Twix, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me, Twix. don't know if I could even find Twix's question. Like if he did post it after. It is amazing how many people will post that and then they just throw another question in the 2,512 chat messages that I have in here that I'm supposed to find it. Twix, I don't know what to do here. I appreciate your super chat, but I have no information. No information whatsoever. Denny says, Twix, the answer is Kit Kat. Leave it to Denny. Leave it to Denny. Denny Spalding, my boy. Let's listen to this be read, because it would be funny.
Denny Spalding, Twix, the answer is Kit Kat.
Thank you, Denny. Appreciate you. All right. I'm out of here. Appreciate all of you. Twix, if you think of the question, leave it in the comments. Not in the live chat. Leave it in the comments. The question is best snack with milk. Chocolate cake. Or, no, chocolate chip cookies. Warm, hot out of the oven chocolate chip cookies, my guy. That's what I would say. Otherwise, that makes milk taste good. I think just like a glass of milk without anything like that tastes like crap. Or a nice bowl of cereal. That's the only way I'm you could, I guess, a chocolate brownie, maybe with some icing on it. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Someone says Denny says meatloaf. I'll see you all later. Appreciate you.
Well, no going back now. You sure you want to do this, Kyle? Yeah, we have to. Let's go. Start the procedure.
Masonites assemble.
Kenneth Skywalker. Kenneth Lightsaber Swinging Skywalker.
There are 2 5s? KD5? AR5? There can't be.
Oh no. They're gonna cross streams.
Oops. Well, damn. He's a fragile Freddy.
He's a 5. JD5 is the only 5. JD5 is him, and now all can see. He graduated from Himothy University. Unleash the Washington Kraken. JD5 to Saturn
and beyond.
To Saturn
and beyond.
Supernova.
And Brianna says that the question from Twix was Pollard or Tolbert. I'm going to say probably Pollard. Assuming he's healthy, Twix, and hopefully Twix is still here. Assuming he's healthy and good to go, and he should be, just check all that. We'll be here in the morning on Sunday morning to check it for you. Just be here to hear it. But, yeah. So there it is, Twix. Pollard, I guess. Appreciate every single one of you. Deuces. Also, make sure you understand that we are live 365 on the Patreon. Literally, this amazing live chat experience that you're experiencing right now in the YouTube live stream with 800,000 people, 1,800 people popping in and out. This exact group pretty much, transfers over to this Patreon. Okay, so the link's in actually, I'll put the link in the live chat right now. It's Let me copy the link and put it in. But it's in the description of the video. Patreon.com/thefantasyfootballshow. Here is the link right now. Let me put it in the live chat. Join my Patreon. Boom, there it is. Let me pin the live chat, the link in the live chat right now. There it is. Pinned in the live chat. So basically for $10 a month, you can cancel any time. Do it for the next month or two for fantasy, and then if you love it, you'll stay. But this is let's see here. I got a little freezing going on. I'm sorry. I think we're good now. But $10 a month. This is what the app looks like. We got 10 live chat rooms. It's 365, 24/7. You could go in there right now and ask a question. So jump into the chat right now. Go to Patreon, patreon.com/thefantasyfootballshow. Link is pinned in the live chat. Don't forget to join the Patreon. It's the place to be. It's a way to extend this live chat right now. Don't forget to get on over to Underdog Fantasy. Promo code Smitty. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% up to $1,000. So if you do the minimum of $10, they'll give you $5. If you do $500, they'll give you $250. Go play week 6 right now. Sunday, week 6. You can do Battle Royale best ball drafts that include only the morning and afternoon slate of games. There's 6 drafters in each draft. 36 players get drafted. That means there's no bench players. It's just a starting lineup. That means there's 36 picks. That the picks go so quickly. You can do draft after draft, and they take like 10 minutes to do a draft. And they're $5 each, and the winner gets $30K. So go check it out. Appreciate you all. And that's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. That link I'm going to drop in the live chat as well right this very second. Underdog, click the link, do it live. Appreciate you all. Oh, and shout out to a new Patreon member right now. David K just became a Patreon member. David, we'll see you in there, bro. I'll see you all in the Patreon right now. Later.